Hello everyone, Thempire Ian here with more new cards. We've got a new set, Burst Protocol. Now, as I've mentioned in the past, every Yu-Gi-Oh set nowadays has to be some sort of nostalgia bait. Ever since the end of the Frains era with Eternity Code, every set since then has featured a legacy support boss monster for an anime archetype as their cover card. Now, for the most part, this means that the cover card is basically worthless in a lot of instances. There are a few that are actually good, but most of the times they're like maybe a good card in a bad deck at the very most, and usually just a bad card in a bad deck. But there are some anime decks that are actually quite strong, and one of them is Rokket, which are the centerpiece of Dragon Link. And we've got more of those now. So let's fucking get into it, because these could be quite interesting. First up, we've got Rokket Loader, a Dark Dragon, level 4, 1500, 1500. It certainly looks like a rocket to me. You can only use the first and second extra card once per turn. If this card is normal special, you can add a level 7 Dark Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Also, you can special from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except for Dark monsters. That's not a problem. I mean, it's like a little bit of a problem for like Dragon Link. Hold up, let me get my stuff together. Let's like. Well, the Rocket's not what I want to look at. What I want to look at is Red Eyes, metal or full metal. Full metal is what I want. I assume it's a dark, or maybe it just won't ever show up. Let's just type in Red Eyes and see what we get from that. Oh, wait. I think we still had the synchro filter on from a while back. There we go. Oh, I thought the website was broken for a second there. Okay. I would like to see every card. Okay, at this point we could probably type in full. That still doesn't get us there. Okay, well, Red Eyes will get us there eventually. We just need to find it. Because, like, all the Red Eyes are dark types, right? Every single one of them? There's not... Yeah, Full Metal's also a dark. Good. It does mean you can't do the Dragon Maid stuff, and the Dragon Maid just got their new support. But I don't know that anyone was doing Dragon Maid, Dragon Link at this point. So that's probably fine. All the important Bestials are... Oh, I typed in Bestials instead of Bestial. All the important Bestials are dark. The only one that's not is Lubellion. I don't know that Dragon Link plays Lubellion. I could be wrong on that. I'm not... I never was really a person who played Dragon Link, right? But even if they did play Lubellion, I feel like the loss of Lubellion for new support is not a huge deal. And otherwise, all the other ones are dark. So that seems fine to me. And then this one, it adds a level 7 Dark Dragon monster. There are so many of those. And it's level 7 specifically. Not that I don't want the Rush Tools. I don't want the Rush Tool cards. I'll move those out of the way. So we won't have that mistake again. Now, the unfortunate thing here is that Red Eye's Full Metal shouldn't be a level 7, I don't think. I think it's like going to be a slightly higher level. What is it? Level 8, it looks like? Yeah. So you can't get that, which would search you max Metal Morph. That would be really, really cool if you could. You could get Metal Claws, though. If this card is normal or special and you have max Metal Morph in your field or graveyard, you add a Metal Morph trap. Okay. Well, this card is not particularly good, so... And if you already have the max metal war stuff, I guess it's fine. But like, there's in archetype rocket stuff that you could get instead. Red Eye's alternative tributes Red Eyes from hand or field to summons itself. So if we go like obviously the rockets have some level 7s. Absa Router is a really good one. Is Double Disruptor an 8? It looks like it is. This is a 6. They just have such random crap. Exploder Rocket. Absa Router is probably the one you go for out of the rockets. But like, you could get the new dragon made. The dragon that Chamber turns into. There's a lot of things you could get off of this, and I'm really interested to see what you can do with this. Banish this card from the graveyard, target or face-up monster in the field as the attribute becomes dark at the end of this turn. I don't know if that matters, but it might. Alright, and then we have Hollow Rocket Dragon. Dark Dragon, level 6, 2400, 1600. Stats on these don't matter, though, because you're using them as link material, I'm sure. Well, it's the first second this card once per turn. The Link Monster's effect is activated that targets this face-up card in the field. You destroy this card as a quick effect. Activate up to 6 cards from the top of your opponent's deck, and if you do banish one of them, place the rest on the top of the deck in the same order. Oh, that's going to be annoying. That's going to be, like, annoying to do in paper, right? Like, in paper play, you're going to have to make sure, like, to keep them in the same order. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field by battle or card effect and sent there this turn, like there's gonna be some rulings. Like I'm just saying, like theoretically it should be fine, but there's absolutely going to be some rulings issues, or not rulings issues, but like judge issues, where someone has to call a judge because they accidentally forgot which order the cards were in, or some shit. At least with excavating, both players get to know, so that you have 2 people keeping up with which ones are where. If this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field by battle or card effect and sent there this turn, special summon a rocket monster from your deck except for Hollow Rocket. Okay. This one doesn't seem very good. Like it doesn't have a way to get itself onto the field. It's a 6. And its effect is not particularly good. Alright. Rocket Detonator, a level 7 Dark Dragon. You might want to search this one. Let's see what it does. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second effect once per turn. If you control a Dark Dragon Link monster, you special summon this card. That's pretty simple. You can target one Dark Dragon monster card in your spell or trap zone. Special summon it, but it cannot attack. Its effects are negated, and you cannot special summon for the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for dark monsters. Why would a Dark Dragon monster be in my spell and trap zone? Hey, Mr. Rocket, why would a Dark Dragon monster be in my spell and trap zone? If you control a Rocket monster, summon this card from your hand. Only special summon once per turn this way. This card is sent to the graveyard, add a Rocket monster from deck to hand. I feel like Absa Router is better. But it depends on, like, I guess what you're getting out of the spell and trap zone. I mean, they're both good cards, I would say. This one's a little bit more generic. You don't have to have rockets, which Dragon Link, you know, doesn't play a whole lot of rockets anymore, so maybe that's better, but we'll see. New Borreload. Borreload Fatal Flare Dragon, a Dark Dragon Fusion, 8, level 8. It's a fusion. Oh, okay. 2500, 2000. Requires a Dark Link monster and a Dark monster. That is very easy to make. Anyone who has played Super Poly deck should know how easy this is to make. This is essentially Predaplant. Oh, what is his name? I'm not Verte, obviously, but the other one, the fusion that they make that requires a fusion and a dark monster, and that's all it requires. This does require a Dark Link monster, so it's not as generic as that one I'm blanking on the name of for some reason. Someone will have it in the comments, I'm sure. But that's pretty generic. You can use the first, second, and third effects of this card name once per turn. If this card is fusion summon, you can add a Rocket monster from your deck to your hand. That's really nice. This deck has an incredible Super Poly target now. Any deck that is playing a Dark Link monster get owned, and then you get to search a Rokket. That's insane. Because, like, the thing about the Predaplant card is that it's not a combo piece. It's an end board piece. It has a negate on it. But only of, it's not a particularly great negate. It's a negate of just, like, a card on field, so long as it stays on the field. It needs to stay on the field for its Predaplant counter to actually do the negate. This just gets you a Rokket monster. It has other effects, too. I haven't read yet. You can target one dark monster you control, equip a dark link monster from your graveyard or banishment to it as an equipped spell that gives it 500 attack. And then you can summon that off a detonator. Interesting. If this card is sent to the graveyard as link material, you can target a card on the field, destroy it. So then it also is better going second. That's such a good design of these. I love the way they're doing this design where they are good and they are better going second. It's a really good way to make going second feel okay in Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like this is a better way of going about it than a lot of the other options we have. This card is crazy. This effect is only crazy if you're playing Detonator, which, like, it's like fine if you can play Detonator if you want. Now that I think about it, though, this effect is only crazy if you're playing Super Poly so far. This is only crazy if you're playing Super Poly and your opponent has a Dark Link monster on the field. Or you can find your way to a Dark Link monster and they just have a Dark monster on the field. I guess you could Super Poly your own board too, but that doesn't feel as good. Alright, new big boss monster. They said, fuck every other Borrel. Fuck Borreload Savage Dragon, fuck Borrel End Dragon, fuck Borrel Code, fuck all these Borrels, all of them in the trash. New Borrel. Borrel Shroud Dragon as a Dark Link Dragon, Link 5, which is the same as Borrel End. Borrel End is also a Link 5. So these two might be our new. This is a new boss monster, and I don't know if it'll replace it, but they might work side by side at the very least. Let's see here. It requires 3+ effect monsters. How much does Borrel End require? 3+. Okay, so the same requirements. Better arrows, maybe. Hold up. So yeah, no, better arrows. Left, right, bottom, bottom, bottom. They have all 3 bottom arrows. Ultra bottom. This card. Okay, your opponent cannot tribute this card on the field. No kaijus allowed. Please stop kaijuing our boss monster, please. That's so funny. Oh god. Please stop kaijuing our boss monster. Once per turn during the main phase, quick effect, you can target one Rokket monster you control and negate the effects of one face-up card your opponent controls. Destroy that monster. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. Okay, so you have to have a Rokket monster on the field, and Borrel Shroud is not a Rokket. So you have to have like a separate card on the field to use this negate. It's once per turn, only during the main phase. And it pops the Rokket, which, Rockets, they come back. They have ways, they all float in some way, shape, or form, whether they search or summon. But still, that's a lot. Setup and stuff. Once while face up on the field at the start of the battle phase, you special summon Link 4 or lower Borrel Link monster from your extra deck. Okay, that's crazy though. Like, this effect feels kind of nothing. And it's a negate that they can't respond to. And you have to have a Rokket on field, but that's not a huge deal. What does this one do again? Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Neither player can target this card with monster effects. Card can attack all monster opponent controls once each. Target one level effect monster on the field and one Rokket monster in your graveyard. Negate the effect of the monster on the field, and if you do, special summon that monster from your graveyard. So if you end on Borrel End and Borrel Shroud, they work together. Borrel End negates a monster and brings a Rokket onto the field. Borrel Shroud pops it and then negates another monster. That's actually really cool. I like that. That's cute. That's a lot to get on the field at one time, but still. getting a fucking Link 4 out of the fucking extra deck for free during the battle phase seems like a decent way of doing that. Oh, we have a new one. Oh, it's a Link 3. Okay. What is like, I don't know what Dragon Link looks like anymore. Did Dragon Link finally find a way to stop playing Triple Burst? Did they? I don't know. All right. Okay, I was about to say here's a deck list from a WCQ I'm pulling up, but it's actually Adventure Punk Dragon Link. I don't think that's gonna be standard. Okay, this is the complete Dragon Link guide from yugioh. Okay. This is for Master Duel. They're still playing Triple Burst. So yeah, I don't know how how complete this guide actually is. But they're still playing Triple Burst in this deck and this other one I looked at. So I'm going to assume they haven't had a way to move away from based on this very little information I've gleaned. I'm going to assume that they haven't found a way to remove Triple Burst. Maybe this will be it. Trisborrel Dragon. It's a Borrel and it says Tris like 3. Like Triple Burst. Let's see what it does, I guess. It's got decent arrows. Dark Dragon Link 3, 2300, 2+ Dark Dragon monsters, including a Rokket. You can only use the first, second effect of this card's name once per turn. I think this new support is definitely like, play more Rockets in Dragon Link. We want it to be a Rokket deck, damn it. If this card is Link Summon, you can add Rapid Trigger or Heavy Trigger or Double Trigger from your deck to your hand, any trigger. You can target one face-up card you control and one Dark Dragon monster in your graveyard, destroy that card in the field, and add the other monster to your hand. That seems alright. And it's got 2 downward pointing arrows, which I think is actually better than Triple Burst, isn't it? Yeah, Triple Burst just has the one bottom arrow, and this one has that, but it also has a bottom left in case you need that. So yeah, this is a pretty good card. Just for that, just for being a Link 3 that does something that can replace Triple Burst. What are those trigger cards? Let me look those trigger cards and see what they do. Is one of them the fusion spell? If one of them's the fusion spell, that'd be interesting. Rapid Trigger, fusion spell. Yep, there it is. By destroying the fusion material listed on it from your field. All right. Do they have a Link that wants to be destroyed? I mean, if you're going through the combo and you're ending on this, probably your Link monster is going to be Trisborrel, and Trisborrel doesn't seem to want to be destroyed. Oh, Double Trigger is a new spell. Okay, that's Rapid Trigger. What is Heavy Trigger? Heavy Trigger must also be a new card. No? Am I missing something? Do they mean Heavy Interlock? They might mean Heavy Interlock. Which is the ritual spell for Borreload Riot Dragon. I think they mean Heavy Interlock, and they fucked up a little bit. Yeah, okay. That makes sense to me. Cool. Now we have the Double Trigger, which you can search off of this. I think if Double Trigger is crazy, then this card is insane. Normal spell. Activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. Fusion summon one fusion monster from the extra deck by banishing its materials from your graveyard, including a Rokket monster. Okay, that's significantly better. That's significantly better than the other, whatever the fuck it was called, Rapid Trigger. Yeah, no need to play Rapid Trigger. You have this. Additionally, you can ritual summon a ritual monster by banishing monsters from graveyard whose total levels equal or exceed that monster's level, including a Rokket monster. That can get you to Borreload Riot Dragon. I don't know if you're going to play that, though. But there's other decks who could use this. But Trisborrel requires a Rokket monster, unfortunately. If there was another way to get to Trisborrel Dragon and get that trigger off, because there's other decks who would like to have Riot Dragon. I know, like a long time ago, Skyhawk was brewing with Borreload Riot Dragon. It's such an interesting little card. It's got a summon negate. And then it can destroy a card you control to add a Borrel or Rokket monster in the graveyard back to your hand. Like, oh wait, that's right. That's right. It wasn't. I forgot why Borreload was being. Okay, I now remember why Borreload Riot Dragon was being tested around with Skyhawk. It was for Dinosaur. The effect of summoning Borreload Riot Dragon was never on the table. I remember now. The reason why you played Borreload Riot Dragon was because it could add itself to your hand by popping a baby. Okay, I forgot. It's got a summon negate though. I don't know if it's worth getting out. Instead, you could get out the new fusion monster, Borreload Fatal Flare Dragon, which is crazy. Or you can just super poly it. Fuck, this is crazy. This is and banishing materials. That just means you use the cards you already used for link material as the fusion material. This is effectively like this is effectively fucking harmonic link link fusion. Like, it's crazy. All right, Borrel Reboot, a new counter trap. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we have no way of activating this card, or searching this card. I mean, no way of searching this card, as far as I could tell. Hold up. So what does Rocket Loader do? Adds a level 7 Dark Monster, so it adds the new guy, and Absorrouter, which are both pretty good cards. It makes a card dark. Oh, that's cute. I just realized what this is for now. It's for the Super Poly. It's for Super Poly. You could use Super Poly. No, it's for making your own monsters dark so you could use them as material. No, it's for Super Poly. Because it just says one face-up monster on the field. It does not say which field. This one does the banished thing and summons a Rokket. Nothing good. Special summons itself. Then special summons whatever the fuck Fatal Flare equipped to itself. Fatal Flare adds a Rokket monster. Doesn't do any searching for Borrel cards. This doesn't do any searching for Borrel cards. This doesn't do any searching for Borrel cards. Well, it just searches these 3 cards, but doesn't add Borrel Reboot. And neither does this. Is there something that searches like, okay, is there something that searches a reboot card? Because there's a couple of reboots. There's Reboot itself. I assume not then. If there's a card just called oh, and there's Red Reboot too. Yeah, you can't have a card that searches Reboot. Yeah, none of these have. What was I? I guess I was just thinking of a Red Reboot maybe. I thought there was a reboot like that was in the archetype, but no, there's not. Activate this card from your hand. Oh, I should have read. I should have just read the card. You're not supposed to search this. It's a hand trap. Okay, you can activate this card from your hand by paying half your life points. When your opponent activates a spell trap card, if you control a Rokket or Borrel monster, negate the activation. If you do, set that card. It cannot be activated this turn. Okay, it's not exactly a hand trap. It's not. It's kind of. It's a little bit Red Reboot. Like it's spell and trap, but then it doesn't lock them out of traps. But it sets it, and then it can't be activated. I guess Red Reboot sets another trap. Is Red Reboot something that the Revolver, is that his name, Revolver, plays in the anime or something? Like, does he play Red Reboot, and so they gave them a not quite Red Reboot for their deck? It's kind of cute. They don't have any way to search it, but it is just a fucking spell trap negate that you can play in Archetype. But you do have to control a Rokket or Borrel monster to actually use it. Like, even if you're activating it from hand. So it's not a hand trap going second. It's something you're going to have to side out of when you're going second, I feel like. But it does mean it's not on the, like... Going second, though? Wait, actually, no, it is something you might want to play going second. Because it would help you... only in specific matchups, though. It would help you going second against a deck that has set back row. So, Malice, for instance. I don't remember how it, like... Malice does a lot of their back row in turn 1, but if you're trying to like get your combo started against Malice and then they have back row set, this can help you chew through a little bit of that. Because it doesn't have to be set. You could just go right immediately. Ugh, this one's a weird one. I don't know how to evaluate this one. This one's hard to place. Like, it has going second value, as I just described. It has going first value because you set it. But it's unsearchable. It's just like a 3 of you have to play that, you know, makes it harder for you to draw a combo or a hand trap that would do something more proactively. I don't know. I feel like this is a sideboard card at the very most, unfortunately. But I feel like it's still a very good sideboard card, right? I feel like this is an incredible sideboard card, because in certain matchups, this is going to be insane. And in other matchups, it's going to be nothing. Unless you're going first, in which case it's maybe something worth setting up. I don't know. That one's tough. That one's really tough. Okay, so Rokket Loader is cool. I feel like this one's okay. It's like another starter you could use, I guess. You can get into a Hollow Rokket just seems bad. Like I don't get this card. I think it's just bad. You can get into Detonator or Absolouter, and you could also like you can summon either one because oh yeah, Striker Dragon. Because you can just make Striker Dragon with the loader. So Rokket Tracer, Absolouter requires a Rokket on the field. So this is a Rokket, it fits that description. Or you can link it off into Striker Dragon, and then you have a Dark Link monster, or Dark Dragon Link monster for Detonator to come onto the field. Also, we're calling this Detonator. There's already a Detonator in the format. This is going to be a little confusing. And then this one can combo with your Fatal Flare if you're doing that combo, and the other one can, you know, get you a Rokket. I think it's going to be situational dependent maybe, or like if you draw one, you can search the other. I don't know. I don't know exactly the situation in which you want to do Detonator over whatever, right? But I think in some situations, Detonator is going to be better because while Absolouter can grab a Rokket from the deck to the hand, which is good in a lot of situations, Detonator, if you have the ability to get into Fatal Flare Dragon, gets you one of your Link monsters back. And that could be a lot of Link material you're getting back to the field, right? So I think it's going to be dependent, like especially since like you'll have made, by the time you get to Fatal Flare Dragon, to Fatal Flare, you'll have made Trisborrel because it searches the fusion spell. So I think Detonator is a good card. It's just like the problem with Detonator is that it's going to have you're going to have something else in hand in addition to it. Because otherwise you're going to have to use Detonator as link material, and then you're not going to be able to use this effect because, like I said, the Fatal Flare is going to have to come later in the combo after you get to the Link 3. The fusion is incredible. This is an incredible super poly target. It's an incredible fusion monster. Really good extension. Just incredible. It's good, better going second. It's a really incredible extension, and it's better going second. That's really awesome. The new Borrel Shroud boss monster is a cool addition to the end board. If the theoretical end board ends on Borrel End and Borrel Shroud, I think that's so cool. Like, one is a big towers that, you know, can't be hurt by anything except for kaijus, and the other one isn't a towers at all, but it can't be hurt by kaijus. It's kind of funny. Like, and then their respective negates kind of work together. Oh, and if you're ending on, ooh, that's really cool actually. If you're ending exclusively on both, right? Your opponent can't lava golem you, because you'll have two monsters, which is enough for lava golem, but one of them can't be tributed. So they can't lava golem you. They could just kaiju you, but they can't lava golem you, which is fun. I don't know if that's what the end board would be. And that only like is the case until after you use the effective Borrel End to get a rocket onto the field. At which point, if that rocket is still in the field by the time it it's an open game state, they can then lava golem you, which then also gets rid of your rocket, which means that Borrel Shroud doesn't have a negate anymore. But still, it's really cool how these two big guys work together. And then the fact that it gets you a level Link 4 Borrel, like, those used to be incredibly powerful cards. Borrel Sword and Borrel, just Borrel Dragon. Borrel Sword, Borreload, yeah, Borreload used to be like really good cards. I forget what Borrel Code Dragon does. Can't be destroyed by card effects while Link monster points to it. Only use each of the following effects of Borrel Code once per turn, and then the damage takes is Link summon uses 3 materials. Monsters materials, battles opponent's monsters, destroy all opponent monsters on the field. Manage to card from the graveyard, manage a dark monster with 3,000 more attacks, special summon a topologic monster. Okay, I don't want to do that. The Link 3 is really cool. Finally, Triple Burst is gone. I feel like this replaces it in every way that matters. It's a Dark Dragon Link monster that has a bottom arrow and a bottom left even. And then it fucking searches this incredible fusion spell. And then it also lets you do a little bit of cycling of cards. You can clear a card on the field that you control. A face-up card, so it can be back row too, as long as it's face up. Or it could be the field spell, which, you know, that field spell runs out of its usefulness pretty quickly. And then get a dragon monster back from the grave. And then this fusion spell is insane. It's also a ritual spell. The ritual spell is also good, but the ritual monster you can make off of that is not good. So, or like not worth the effort to make it. I feel like if you can find, like, I feel like it's like a good way to, it's a really good way to make Riot Dragon. I just don't think Riot Dragon's worth the effort of, and the effort would really just be getting Riot Dragon to hand, because getting Double Trigger to hand is not a problem at all. Just like the normal combo, you're just going to get to it. But the fusion is so much better. Just make the fusion, unless there's like a new ritual coming as well. Just get the fusion. The fusion is so good, and you're just making it using the shit that you've already sent to the graveyard for your combo. Like, that's crazy. And then this counter trap, again, hard to place, but like, I feel like it has a home at the very least in the sideboard, if not in the main. Yeah, this one's tough to place, but the rest, these seem quite good. Wow, I'm impressed with these. I was coming into this with like high expectations, and I feel like they met them, maybe even surpassed them, but they certainly met them. I feel very satisfied with these cards. I don't even play Dragon Link. I just think these are cool. You know, if this is what Dragon Link is going to be, two giant assholes on the field, I should be playing Dragon Link. I love decks with giant assholes on the field. maybe it's time to get into Dragon Link. And I think, this is going to be a little different than Dragon Link, because like this is going to require a lot more rockets than it normally has at this point. So I'm interested. I'm in. I like this. All right. That's it for me. Let me know what you think of these cars down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment and maybe shared the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all the usual social media sites. Just check out my website in the description below for more info. My videos are funded by my patrons, Ko-fi subscribers, and YouTube members, whose names you'll see scrolling by in the credits here. For just $1 a month, you too could find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity. In particular, I'd like to thank Jeremy Coatney, Frog Prince Michael, Fleekill, Haru Hayes, the Almighty Ferret Lord, and Fire Mizumi. A big thanks to all my other patrons and to my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye.